Hey, what's going on, everybody? We just got back from Cold Springs Organic Farms out in Sharon Springs, New York. Behind me is what we got, and that is a 2,000-pound sack of broiler feed for our chicks that we'll be raising here this summer. The reason that I buy from Cold Springs Organic Farms is because this is all 100% organic, non-GMO feed. And they blend it in a way that it has added minerals from things like kelp and a whole sort of good vitamins that are going to really help the birds grow and be healthy, and thus produce the highest quality meat possible. A friend of mine was generous enough to let me borrow his trailer. 2,000 pounds. That's a little bit too much to be just throwing in the back of the truck. So we just pulled in, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this unloaded. So my typical strategy here is I'm gonna open up the top of the sack. I'm gonna scoop it out with these scoops here into these 5-gallon buckets. And then I'm gonna walk over here into the barn, and I'm going to dump it into these 55-gallon drums. These are food grade drums that we bought a couple years ago from somebody off of Facebook Marketplace, and they've worked really, really well. They're made out of metal, so the bottoms are kind of rusting on the outside, but the insides are perfect. Little tip, if you are doing any kind of prolonged repetitive activity, switch sides. So I was loading with my right hand, and now I'm going to load with my left hand. You'll really be able to increase the duration of your effort if you switch sides. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. This is a great way, buying the feed in bulk, to save a little bit of money. We spent about 39 cents per pound. If you were to buy this in 50-pound bags, it would be a bit more costly, in the 45-cent pound range, but we have the ability to, so I go ahead and buy it in this bulk and then store it in our drums. But for some people, the bags, the 50-pound bags may be better, so whatever works for you. I just hope that you are growing your own chickens this spring. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. All right, filled up all 5 of my barrels, but hey doggy, still have a good bit in here. This is I think this is the bottom right here. So there's probably a couple 100 pounds left. So I gotta find somewhere to put this. Maybe in the barn, the workshop over there. I don't know. Okay, just because I'm curious, I filled up a bucket as much as I was filling them up out there, and I'm gonna hang this, and I'm gonna weigh it real quick. See if I can do this with one hand. Okay. So 1 full bucket, about 33.5 pounds, and I was putting about 11, it was 11 buckets in each blue barrel. So after a little napkin math, that comes out to about 368 pounds per blue barrel. And then I have 2, hey, what are you doing? He's trying to eat some chicken, but you're not a chicken. And then I've got these 2 bins. These each hold about 3 buckets. So these are each about 100 pounds each. And then I've got a little bit left over in the bag here. So there's a little bit left. I mean, just by moving it around, I would say there's probably another 100 pounds in there, 3 buckets or so. So assuming, we can just round to about 350 pounds per blue barrel. That means there's 1,750 pounds out there in the barn. And then we got another 200 pounds here, and then probably another 100 pounds in there, and then the remainder of the bucket. So we probably actually got a little bit more than a ton and I paid $780 for the ton. So we are actually probably closer to 37, 38 cents per pound because we got a little bit extra. So shout out again to Cold Springs Farm, and shout out to our neighbor Ryan for letting us use his trailer. Okay, one more update. I scrounged up a couple more buckets. I was able to empty the whole thing. So I got 1750 pounds out in the barn. I got 200 pounds between those two bins, and then we'll call it 33 and a half in those two and 33 and a half in those two. All in, we're between 21 and 2200 pounds of feed. That'll definitely get us through the first round of 75 birds. They'll eat about probably 16 to 1800 pounds of feed and get us a good way through the second round.